Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, February 17th, and today I am going to be sharing with you a ton of samples from the Sale-a-bration brochure. We have less than 2 weeks left before Sale-a-bration ends, so if you haven't got your favorites yet, I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways to use them, and maybe you'll find a new favorite. But just so everyone knows, with Sale-a-bration, for every $50 you spend, you can select a free product. We do have some free products that are at the $100 spend level, and I will show you some of those today as well. What I've got on the screen for you right now is a class that I designed in December, and unfortunately the hexagon punch is on back order until April, so I am not offering it, but I wanted to show you the cards because they're really cute. And they all feature some of the papers from the Sale-a-bration brochure. So we're going to go through all those papers today. But this again features the hexagon, Heartfelt hexagons, and what's the other one? I don't remember. It's another one, but we'll go through it. So let me just pull each one of these in here for you so you can see. And this uses the Most Adored paper. And my idea with this card class was just to make it really easy cards that you could do with just some designer series paper and a simple sentiment. And so here's this one. And then we have the Flight and Airy designer series paper, which is really popular. And I did a Mother's Day. Now, these are actually my two favorite. I just really love this pebbled path with the softly stippled paper. I think that looks really pretty, and just doing some stamping on that really makes it pop. And then we have this one here. And I think I'll be making a bunch of these. I need a stash of sympathy cards, so this will be a perfect one to do. All right, so this is the Sale-a-bration brochure. The other thing I want to point out to you is this glass mat. There is only one way to get this glass mat right now, and that is signing up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm going to pull right back here. Okay, so you can get the mat. It also comes with a little like watercolor brush and a cleaning cloth too. And I am going to do a video on this. I had planned on doing it today for the live, but the problem was it's very messy and I have to clean it in between, so it wasn't really an appropriate video for a live. So I do still have a video coming for you for the glass mat, but that's going to be a couple of days at least. But the glass mat is 17 inches by 14 inches. It's really heavy and sturdy. It is a tempered glass, so it's very nice and heavy. And the way that you can get this is you can choose $125 worth of Stampin' Up! Products. You'll pay $99 for that. There is free shipping on that, so you just pay $99 and tax if it's applicable in your area, and then you can get the glass mat for free. If you don't want the glass mat, you can also just choose to get an additional $30 in free merchandise. But this is only good through the end of the month, and obviously as a demonstrator you get access to special events, a ongoing discount, as well as special groups, and just all sorts of pre-orders, just a lot of extras there. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out. All right, so I'm going to start back here at the beginning. And again, like I said, if you do shop with me and you spend $50 or $100, you'll be able to select an item out of this catalog. So I don't really have too many samples of the watermelon set, but I've seen some really cute things done with it and even had it turned into pizzas. I will have a lot of things forthcoming with this Sunny Days paper. I've been doing a little bit of a hoarding on that, so there will be a class in March for this paper. Then we have the Flight and Airy designer series paper, and I have a whole stack of cards that feature the Flight and Airy paper. So I'm going to show you those. So we're going to pull that out of the way. But some of these are really pretty. So you've got this one right here. And if you love birds, you're going to love these cards. And a lot of times there's not really a lot of stamping. This was just punched out from the paper. It's just a beautiful watercolor paper there. There we go. And I'll show you where that hello comes from in a little bit. Here's this one. And one last one here. And that one opens up like this. Okay, so that is the Flight and Airy. I do not have any samples with the Cradled in Love, but if you have a baby on the way or a grandbaby on the way, that is a gorgeous little stamp set. And then we have the Softly Stippled paper, and that's that one that I showed you with the pebbled path. That was really pretty, and the Most Adored paper. So let me find my cards with that. So first I'm going to show you my little sampler here with that so you can see all of the papers front and back. So there are two sides to those. And again, this one's one of my favorites because really with these subtle patterns, it's really pretty to go ahead and stamp on those. So again, I have a huge stack of cards with that. So I'm going to pull this out of the way. So we have this one right here. Hopefully. This one. And we'll be stamping with this in just a bit. And again, these aren't colors that I necessarily would have put together, but boy, they do look pretty. This is one of those bookbinding cards, so it opens up like this. Isn't that gorgeous? Very simple Happy Mother's Day card. Love the simplicity of this one, just using that paper as our background piece. And then our Enjoy Your Day. We'll be using that stamp set on one of the projects. This one features just a little bit of a watercolor wash behind that. And then this paper right here. And we have this one here. Okay, so those were the Softly Stippled. And the next paper is the Most Adored paper. Now, I didn't pull any samples with that because we've used it quite a bit on some of my recent classes. But what's interesting with this one is there is that like Valentine-y pattern on one side, but the other side is, I'm going to kind of tilt it so you can see, is this foil, gold foil. And what's neat about this is you could brayer over this or color them and make them different colors. So you could do a lot with that. And I will be demonstrating that in an upcoming video too. So really cool paper also. All right. Now we get into the Heartfelt Hellos, which is this one right here. And that was the one that I showed you all of those original ones. Let's see, where did he go? I know he's over here somewhere. Okay, so yes, right here. And so you've seen those sentiments. You've seen the hello and the enjoy your day, the love you more. You've seen those on some samples. This is just a really good overall one and great for your spring holidays. So you've got Easter, Mother's Day, and Father's Day on that one. So this is a really great one. And then we have the Trusty Tools. Love this paper. Again, really very cool. Great for your masculine cards. And I am going to be demonstrating a card with this paper today also. So you want to stay tuned for that. And then we have the Jungle Pals. And the Jungle Pals features a stamp set with, obviously, Jungle Pals and coordinating dies. So to get the Jungle Pals stamp set, you need a $50 purchase, and for the dies, you need a $100 purchase. So when you make a $150 purchase, you would get both of those, plus you would get host rewards on your order as well. Then we have the Softly Sophisticated bundle, and again, I'm going to do, you saw a lot of those with the Softly Stippled cards and the Flight and Airy cards, that one was used a lot. It comes with a stamp set and an embossing folder, and that one is free with a $100 purchase. And then the detailed dogwood, I don't have a single sample with this one, but this one is free with a $100 purchase. It's just a larger stamp set. And I believe that is it. So we are going to get into making our cards for today. So our first one, I'm going to grab my stamps here and some paper. And we're going to be using the Softly Sophisticated. So that's the one that comes in a bundle with an embossing folder for $100. All right, and I've got all my pieces here that I need to do our card. I'm going to need to grab my scissors. All right. So one of the things I like about this glass mat is that it gives you a really firm surface to stamp on. So if you have like a wobbly table or a table that has some give to it, it used to be whenever I would do classes, I would have issues with the table having some give to it. This is really great because it doesn't do that. So if you need a little more firmness there. So I am starting with Pebbled Path ink, and I've cut out 2 pieces of basic white cardstock with the scallop contours. And I'm going to just stamp one of these down here. And then I'm going to do another one, just kind of going this way, just right on top of there. All right. We'll need that Pebbled Path again. So, oh, I guess I should go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and use that on the little circle that I die cut. This is from the Stylish Shapes. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that these are probably the 2 die sets that I use the most. So the hello there is from that also. Now, the little flowers we're going to do in Pool Party ink. And you'll see it's got 3 little flowers on it, and these all just line up. So what I find is the easiest is to find where this little bud is and line that one up and then kind of rotate it. Because if I can find that one, then I can get it in there just perfectly. There we go. And again, I'm going to find that little bud and rotate right into that. There we go. Okay. Really a pretty stamp set, and you could do this with just any colors that you've got. So I'm going to go ahead and cut on the dotted lines on this. This is one of the reasons I do love this die set, because it works really well to do this with. And this is a simple card. You could recreate this, like I said, in any colors. Just change the pattern paper out, and you could easily do this in a different way. We'll get that right there. All right, I haven't checked comments in a while, so if you're here, be sure to say hello. I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to go ahead and put this softly stippled paper onto my card base. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the full die cut on here, just right like that. Again, easy cards are great. This one still looks like you did quite a bit to it. We're going to pop this part up with dimensionals. Get all those off of there. And then we can just line that up right where all of that dotted line was. And then I'm just going to put a dimensional over there. And then I'm going to put some adhesive over here, and we're going to put it right along that side there. Okay, and then I want to add just a few dots to that. So I'm going to use the in color dots if I can find them. I've showed you guys pictures of what my workspace looks like after I get done with a live. It really is not pretty. We're going to put a few of these on there. These are in the pebbled path, so they're really pretty. And I do think these are available now. They've gone in and out of stock several times, so if you've missed those, you should be able to get them now. All right, so there is our first card. I'm going to show you my good sample here. There we go. So you can see that one. Pretty easy. All right. So again, that's the softly stippled paper and the softly sophisticated stamp set. So all things you can get during Sale-a-bration for free. All right, I think the next one I want to do is with the Jungle Pals. So we've got that one right there. I'll get all my goodies that I've got ready to go here. And I'm going to start, this is crushed curry. And again, I'm kind of mixing and matching here. I am using the Enjoy Your Day from the Heartfelt Hellos. So we're going to use both of those. And I'm using crushed curry ink on crushed curry cardstock. Now I'm just going to start right up here in the corner. And I'm going to start stamping this at a diagonal. Get this out of the way. I'm just going to go right here. And I don't worry if I hit onto this glass mat because I will be able to wipe it off and clean it really well. There we go. And I don't worry if it's uneven because we're going to cover a lot of this, so we're not going to worry too much about that. In fact, we're going to get up here like that because I do know I'm going to cover most of this. So. Go. And let me grab my wipe so that I can clean that. Got a new pack of wipes. Let's see here. And that is one of the nice things. This thing does clean off very quickly and very easily. So any place I got that, I'm just going to use a wet wipe. But it does come with a little cloth that you can use too. Alright, we're going to set that aside. And I've already done some of my die cutting here. We're going to take this little toucan guy, and I need some pumpkin pie. So I'm going to just do pumpkin pie over his whole beak. And I'm using the light one here. All right. And then I'm going to go here and do the dark. I'm going to do the dark again on the bottom one. And we'll come back and do a little more on that in just a minute. Got to grab a black here. So I think I'm just going to grab my black marker to make sure it works here. And it does. And we're just going to color all the rest of him with the black marker. So you can use the marker, you can use blends, you can use whatever you like on that. And of course, if you want, look up, different colors of toucans, but again, we're going to make this guy pretty easy to do. And I do have a couple other samples with the Jungle Pals, so I'll show you those too. There's that. And then now I want to go in and just go in and do more on this end and darken that up even more. And that's one of the nice things is you can get multiple tones just by using those two colors. I think you can see that there. All right. Then we're going to use that Enjoy Your Day again. I need to clean that off. And we're going to do that on this little piece. Let's stamp it at this end. Just like that. And I was using the pebbled path that we used the last time. So we're using that color quite a bit today. This is one of my favorite papers. I love this one. Like I said, this is the one I will have a class on in April, or March and April. So it's just got so many pretty patterns on it. We're going to put that right there with the little sunshine. And then I'm going to go ahead and take our Enjoy Your Day, and I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals over the top of it. I'll be pretty generous with these. And I'm glad you guys are joining me on this Saturday morning. It's pretty snowy here. I had to get out yesterday in it, and I really have no desire to get out the rest of the weekend now. My husband asked me if I wanted to go roller skating, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to go anywhere. Alright, we're going to put him right there. And then I'm going to use my glue for this. So I've got the die cut leaves, and these are from the Jungle Pals dies. There's all sorts of fun dies in it. I'll put this one up here. And we'll put our little guy on with some dimensionals on top of that. There we go. I'm going to put him right there, all happy. Give him a little flower too. And some dots. Finish him off. Just to make sure we get it looking good here. There we go. And there is our finished card. Like I said, I do have some other samples with this, so let me grab those. Here's one that would have been perfect for Valentine's Day with the little alligator. And again, still has that Love You More from that Heartfelt Hellos. There's a little sloth that comes with that, and this little tree die cut and all these little leaves also come in the die set. This one. And then if you're a tiger fan, we have this one here. So there are our cards for the Jungle Pals. So you can do a lot of fun stuff with that one. Alright, my final card that I'm going to demonstrate for you today is with the Trusty Tools. And I'm going to grab my supplies here. I've already stamped and cut out my, and this is a die cut also. So I stamped it, colored it, and die cut it. And that's ready to go. We're using Lost Lagoon and Pecan Pie. This is designer series paper. So on the back it looks like this, but this has just a slight little texture to it. So we're going to use this for our stamping. And I'm going to use my little brush there. And finding my ink pads here. Alright, so here's Lost Lagoon. And we're going to just stamp some random brushes on here. Let's see. Yeah. I'm overthinking, guys, sorry. show you why. So the other thing I did, and I got this from one of my balloon sets, I've got just a little splatter. I'm going to put a little paint splatter at the end of each brush. That's kind of why I was panicking there. Where was I going to put all those paint splatters? Okay, so we've got that all filled in now. Okay, all right. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to stamp Dad, and I need to stamp off. So I'm doing this off screen, but I'm stamping that off because I want a lighter color, and I'm going to stamp Dad right there. Okay, so that it's just that lighter shade of the Lost Lagoon. I still want it to show up, I just don't want it to be super bold. Okay. And then we want our pecan pie. And I'm not sure I pulled that particular one out. So let me see here. Here's my trusty tools. Nope, did not pull that one out. So we're going to grab that stamp. Change that. So we're going to stamp "You're the Most Awesome" right over top of that. Just a neat way to kind of layer up your stamps. Okay. And we'll put this all together. So we're going to layer our designer series paper that we stamped onto a piece of pecan pie. And then we're going to layer that onto our basic white card base. So we're going to put another piece of pecan pie. We're going to layer that, and I'm going to put it right here. And then I've got my little stamped piece with the "You're the Most Awesome." And we're going to put him right on top of that, like that. And then I want to use some dimensionals for my brush here. I've got a little mini dimensional I'm going to put down here at the bottom. And I use both the mini and the regular ones. And we're just going to put that right there. And I've got a little piece of twine. I'm going to go ahead and cover this little dot there. Oops, put him right there. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and add some of our dots again. This time I'm going to go with the yellow ones just to make this pop a little more. You get tons of these in a sheet, so if you're looking for a great embellishment, that is it. Alright, and here is that finished card. Right? So just really simple, and again, you could change these colors up. You could even leave the Dad part off if you wanted to. Let me show you some other samples with that, because I have a ton. Now this one doesn't feature the paper, that's free, but it does have that "Enjoy Your Day" from the other stamp set we've shown, and all the little paint brushes were painted. So just a really cute one. Love this one with the hammer. That's that Trusty Tools paper, and then on the hammer's background we did basically what we did on that last one, where we just stamped tone on tone. Here's another one here. You can see a lot of texture with that one. And so that tool paper, you could cut out the tools. If you don't want the stamp set, you could just cut those tools out and you'd have a bunch of those. And that's what I did on this one. Cute little thank you card. And I'm not done yet, I've got a bunch more here. Okay, here's another "Thank You, Dad." then one more here. And again, these were just cut out of the paper, so those weren't even stamped and colored. So another whole group of those. So, all right, I think I've shown you all the cards. I'm pretty sure that was a lot of cards shown today, so hopefully you enjoyed those. Thank you so much again for watching. I do have an ordering special going on now through Wednesday, so be sure to check the description and take advantage of that, because in addition to the bonuses you'll get from Stampin' Up, you'll also get a special thank you from me. So before you go, be sure to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you again next week for more stamping.